Все?
So, enhancing business management in healthcare through digital transformation, the mediating role of medical education by Aidar Baimoldaevich, Assylbayev, Kerez, Kalashnikov. So, this is the table of contents. So, in the table of contents, we have the enhancing business management in healthcare through digital transformation, the background on why this study is important, the research problem, the missing links, the research gap, and etc. So, enhancing business management through healthcare through digital transformation, this is the conceptual frameworks. So we'll go through digital transformation, medical education, business management. The key insights are digital transformation alone does not guarantee management excellence. Its effectiveness is significantly mediated by the quality and adaptability of medical education within the healthcare ecosystem. So why is this study important? While global healthcare systems undergo rapid digital transformation, technology alone fails to guarantee management excellence due to low adoption and critical skill gaps. Medical education emerges as the strategic bridge to translate digital potential into potential performance. So there's the research context of the EA-EU countries, focusing on the Eurasian Economic Union, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, and Armenia, where digital policy alignment and professional competency development are prioritized to overcome systemic adoption barriers. Current EU benchmarks emphasizes that medical education is the prerequisite for achieving integrated e-health management goals. So the research problem, the missing link. The efficiency paradox. Despite massive capital injections into AI and EHR infrastructure, many healthcare organizations fail to realize projected management improvements. This missing link stems from an overemphasis on technology while neglecting the human capital necessary to operate it. The key insight, digital transformation is not a plug-and-play solution. Medical education is the essential mechanism that enhances healthcare management performance by aligning clinical expertise with digital competency. The research gap, integrating the pillars. Existing literature predominantly examines the digital transformation, DT, and healthcare management, HM, and human capital as isolated silos, leaving a critical void in understanding their integrated synergy. Specifically, there is limited empirical evidence regarding the mediating mechanisms of medical education and translating digital investment into management effectiveness. Our study bridges this gap by introducing an integrated empirical model. Install novelty, the digital education management nexus transitioning into a linear view to a mediating framework, positioning medical education as the essential engine. And this is the research focus. And the digital infrastructure, as you can see from this graph. The traditional studies have high digital infrastructure, medium healthcare management, low human capital and education. So integrated mediation is none as a result of that. Current industry practice, their digital infrastructure is high, the healthcare management is high, the human capital and education is medium, so the integrated mediation will be limited. ICONS, our study, the digital infrastructure is included, our healthcare management is included, our human capital and education is included, so integrated mediation is the primary focus. Research objectives and questions. The main objective is to investigate the influence of digital transformation on healthcare business management effectiveness while evaluating the strategic mediating role of medical education. So the research question and the core objectives would be, so the direct impact would be the research question. Assesses if digital transformation directly improves healthcare management and effectiveness. The next research question will be the educational factor. It would be to evaluate if medical education independently influences management and performance. And then the mediating role determines if medical education acts as the mechanism translating technology into management gains. This is the conceptual framework and the hypothesis that we have. the theoretical grounding in human capital theory. The framework posits that digital tools require enhanced cognitive abilities to be translated into organizational values. Technological investments serve as the catalyst for skills upgrading, creating a recursive loop of efficiency. And as you can see through this chart here, this is the feedback loop that you get from it. So the research hypothesis: medical education acts as a critical mediator. Digital transformation strengthens the human capital base, which subsequently optimizes healthcare management performance, BMP. As you can see from the chart, path A to times path B, the indirect effective via specialized digital medical training, and then path C, as you can see here, partial mediation suggests DT has both direct technical benefits and indirect human capital driven impacts. So this is the data variables and scopes. The study utilizes a comprehensive panel data set covering the 5 EAEU countries, integrating socioeconomic and healthcare indicators to analyze the digital management nexus. As you can see, there's the categories here. So the independent category has the variables and indicators, which is digital transformation, ICT development index, and internet penetration. And the data sources come from the World Bank and the EAEU statistics. Mediator has the variables and indicators of medical education, tertiary enrollments, number of medical graduates, and that's the data source that you have, so on and so forth. And then you have the econometric methodology, the research and workflow of the empirical strategy. Our methodology integrates panel data econometrics with structural equation modeling, SEM, to rigorously test the mediating role of the medical education. And as you can see here, this is the chart, the feedback loop. The econometric specification based on the Hausman test results, P is less than 0.05. A fixed effects model is employed to control for time invariant country-specific heterogeneity across Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, and Armenia. The mediation mechanism, structural equation modeling, decomposes the total effect of digital transformation into direct impact and indirect impact via medical education. And then we have the significance testing. To ensure the reliability of the mediation effect, we utilize bootstrapping methods, 5,000 iterations, to generate bias-corrected confidence intervals. And then here you have the charts for the main empirical findings of the descriptive analysis, the EAEU regional performance. And as you can see, this is the charts through the variable statistics that we have here. So the key insights that we get from these results are: the descriptive analysis reveals a strong baseline for digital readiness, 64.3%, and education, which is 58.2%, across EAEU member states, establishing a significant positive correlation between ICT infrastructure growth and healthcare management effectiveness. And the mediation effect is the SEM results, the path analysis of digital transformation and management performance. So this is the SEM structural path model, as you can see from here. And the key empirical insights, the insights we get from this are: the SEM analysis confirms that the medical education acts as a critical bridge, accounting for 54.2% of the total impacts of the digital initiatives on healthcare management and effectiveness. And as you can see, the direct effects go from DT to BMP, which is 0.21. The indirect effects, A times B, is 0.244. And the model fit, which is CFI divided by TLI, which is 0.96 divided by 0.94. The practical implications and policy recommendations. So we have the stakeholders. So when the government is the stakeholder, the core strategic recommendations for that is to implement a dual strategy aligning digital infrastructure with comprehensive education reforms, and the expected goals of that would be to eliminate digital divide and build institutional safeguards. When the stakeholder is a university, the core strategic recommendation would be to develop interdisciplinary curricula integrating clinical, managerial, and digital skills. And the expected goals would be to cultivate compound medical management talents. And then when the organization is a stakeholder, the recommendations would be to establish continuous professional development, digital training systems for existing medical staff. And then the expected goals would be to enhance digital adaptability of existing human capital. The expert interpretation: digital transformation is not a pure technological update, but a systemic change centered on human capital. Through the policy guidance, university empowerment, institutional implementation, Trinity Path, the mediating effect of the medical education can be effectively leveraged to translate digital potential into actual management effectiveness. So the conclusion, the key takeaways from this presentation would be that the strategic synergy and the integration of digital transformation and medical education represents the optimal pathway for modern healthcare management. Digital transformation significantly improves healthcare and management effectiveness, as you can see from the integrated impact model effectiveness chart. And the medical education serves as a critical independent driver of performance. So as you can see here, the principal mechanism of it is that human capital is the bridge translating technological potential into results. And the key insight we get from this is that technology alone is insufficient without parallel investment in education. The productivity paradox persists. And as you can see from the slides here, and thank you very much for your attention.